Y'all, I did my makeup all crew and stuff, but like I put on fake lashes and I did them backwards. Leave me alone. Oh my god. This eye is like droopier than this one, so it like cute. What is that? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna just ignore that. I tried for y'all, okay, I promise. Hi guys! Oh my god. What the fuck? I have not talked to you guys in a fat minute, and oh my god, I miss you guys so fucking much. Wow. But as most of you probably know, I have not been very active on YouTube. Obviously, I took a bit of a break. I don't want to go super in depth as to why, because my problems are literally not important right now, but I did post a community little post thing on the community tab on my channel. So if you haven't seen that, you can just go and scroll over on the top of my channel to the community section, and it's just the top one. So if y'all care about why I was gone, but it was really just like thing after thing kept like piling on top of each other, and I just was like, I can't sit in front of a camera and pretend to be happy. So I just took a break, and it was lovely, and yeah, I'm all good and everything's great now. I'm graduated. We done with high school. What the fuck? Congratulations to all my graduating seniors this year, as well as my college grads. What's up? Y'all are amazing. Y'all can't even tell me this shit ain't cute though. Like I think I kind of popped off, but anyways, if you live under a rock, you know the Black Lives Matter movement is like taking over the entire fucking world right now, and it's fucking incredible, and I love each and every single one of you. I don't want to spend too long talking about this because this is a tutorial video, but I'm gonna leave a couple links down below in the description box where you guys can donate or sign petitions. Please, if you feel so inclined, please donate if you can, and literally everybody watching this, sign those damn petitions. It literally takes 2 seconds. You type in your name and your email and you hit sign and you're done, and you just helped, and you're amazing. Okay, everybody can fucking do it. I don't want to hear it. Do it, please. Thank you. I love you guys. Anyways, today we are coming back with a tutorial video. This pattern we're doing today is the braided leaf. It looks like this. It's so freaking unique and pretty, but still really simple. This is a beginner bracelet, so I know a lot of you guys are wanting beginner stuff. Also, hello to like the 6,000 new subscribers I've gotten in the past like month. You guys are amazing. I know a lot of you guys are bored right now because of quarantine, because that's still a thing right now. So you guys have picked up making bracelets, so that's awesome. So this is one for you guys. If you know the braided stitch, this is just the inverted version of the braided stitch bracelet. So if you don't know how to make the 4 different kinds of knots or anything like that, then you might want to watch my video on that first so that you're not struggling. I do go in depth on how to do this bracelet in this video because it's beginner, but it might be too quick if you've never made a bracelet before. So also YouTube, okay y'all, YouTube likes to disable my comments for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I'll post the video and my comments will just be turned off, and I'm just like, okay. And I think it might be because they think my shit's made for kids, and it's not. So basically I have to cuss in every video now so that they don't turn my comments off. So I'm so sorry. I know people don't like when I cuss sometimes, but baby, it's me. That's just who I am. I'm so sorry about it, but I cussed plenty in the beginning, so I'm gonna shut up now. But anyways, let's just get on to the video. I love you guys so much. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much. Also for 50K, oh my god. I don't know, y'all. I love you guys so much. Let's get into the tutorial.
So to make this bracelet, you're going to need some embroidery floss, and go ahead and pick out 3 colors. They can be any 3 colors that you would like. To cut your strings for this bracelet, start by taking one of your colors and cut 1 string that is a wingspan's length. If you do not know what a wingspan's length is, you can Google it, or I have an explanation in the description box. And you're going to go ahead and fold that wingspan length string in half so that at one end there is a loop, and the other end there are just 2 little ends to the string. Then take your same color string again, and you're going to cut 1 more string that is the length of your folded in half string. So I'm lining this string up with my string that's folded in half, and I'm just going to cut it so that it's the length of that folded in half string. So now you should have 3 total strings of this color. And go ahead and repeat this same process for both of your other colored strings. Once you have all your strings cut, you can go ahead and group all of your strings together and start this bracelet however you would like. I would not recommend doing the stitched loop because you have an odd number of strings, so it would be a little bit more difficult to do that. So I'm just going to be tying a knot and doing the twisted ties. I also want to say that, like the braided stitch, you can use more than 3 strings for this bracelet. You'll just have an extra knot when you do them. So you can just cut 2 strings out of wingspan's length to get 4 and have 4 strings instead of 3. I'm just doing 3 because I like the look of 3. And as always, I have my video on how to start and end bracelets linked down below if you guys do not know how to do this. Once your bracelet is started, go ahead and tape that down, and you're going to go ahead and separate your 3 colors of strings into each of their individual groups. So I have my 3 white strings sectioned off, my 3 pink strings, and then my 3 teal strings all in their own groups. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of separate the strings so they're a little bit more spread out. Also, it doesn't matter which group comes first. You can have any order of your groups. Just make sure that all the same colors in the same group are together. So to actually make this bracelet, I'm going to start by just taking my very far right section and just grouping that off and only focusing on my first 2 sections or my first 6 strings. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 strings in from the outside, and I'm going to use that string, so my 3rd white string, and then pick up the string right next to it, which is my first pink string, and I'm going to be doing a forward knot. So to do a forward knot, I'm going to start with the left string and cross it over the right string to make a 4 shape, and I'm going to pull the tail through the loop and all the way to the top, and I'm going to do it one more time, and that is a forward knot. I'm going to set that pink string off to the side because now my white and pink strings have changed places. I'm going to do another forward knot on the next pink string in line, just like so. And to end off this section, I'm still using that same white string, and I'm going to do another forward knot on the very last pink string in this section. So that's one of the rows done. I'm going to go ahead and take that white string and group it with the green strings because now I'm not even going to be using that white string anymore. And I'm going to go back to the beginning where my white strings are, and I'm going to count 1, 2 strings in. So I'm going to grab my second white string and I'm going to do forward knots again on all 3 of my pink strings, but do not do a forward knot on the white string you already did your knots with. So basically 2 strings of the same color should never be knotted together in this bracelet. You're always doing knots on like 2 different colored strings, if that makes sense. Now that that second row of white is done, I'm going to go ahead and take that white string and group it along with my other white string and my green strings, and then take my last white string that's left on the left side and do 3 forward knots again on all my pink strings, excluding the white strings I already did my knots with. Now that you've done your first 3 rows of white, all your colors should be back in their kind of groups. So I have pink, then white, then green, and they're all grouped off. Now for the other side, I'm only going to be focusing on my green and my white groups, and I'm going to be leaving my pink one off to the side. And it's the same kind of process. I'm going to be counting 1, 2, 3 strings in from the right, and I'm going to take my next string in line to the left and do a backwards knot this time. So my right string's going to go over my left string, and I'm going to pull the tail through the loop and all the way up, and just making sure I'm doing that twice. And I'm going to bring my white string and group that with my other 2 green strings, and then continue doing these backward knots all the way on my other 2 white strings. Once that row is done, I'm going to take my green string that I just did the knots with and group that with my pink strings because I'm not going to be using that green string anymore for this row. I'm going to go back to the beginning. This time I'm going to count 1, 2 strings in from the outside and take that second green string and then the next white string in line, and I'm going to continue to do backward knots on the remaining 3 white strings, but making sure I'm not doing a backward knot with the green string I already did my knots with. And then again, once that row is done, that green string you just did your knots with is going to go over with the pink strings because we're not going to use it anymore. And I'm going to take my very last green string on the right and use that and do 3 more backward knots on my 3 white strings, making sure I'm not doing knots with the 2 green strings I already did my knots with. And from there, it's pretty much the same thing again. So your colors should now be in their sectioned off groups. And I'm going to go back to the left side now. I'm going to leave my white section off to the side and take my first 2 sections from the left, so the pink and the green. And I'm going to repeat the same process again like we did in the beginning. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 strings in from the left and take that pink string and the next green string in line, and we're going to do forward knots on all of the green strings with the pink. And I'm going to group that pink string I just did my knots with my white group over there and not touch it. And then I'm going to go back to the beginning and I'm going to count 1, 2 strings in from the outside, grab that pink string and then the next green string in line, and then continue to do forward knots all the way down. Then I'm going to group that last pink string off and grab my very final pink string on the outside and do 3 last forward knots on my green strings. And also, as you're doing this, you want to make sure you're letting the string kind of hang down when you are doing your knot, so it creates that kind of leaf design with like the string kind of hanging out. So just make sure that you are doing that and not pulling your string super tight. So that is this entire bracelet, and to continue on the pattern, I'm going to now go ahead and section off my left group of strings and then focus on the right group and then the middle group and then do backward knots this time, and just keep repeating that process until your bracelet is long enough. Alrighty guys, so that was this tutorial. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was a good first video back. There is a pattern for this, but the way I filmed this, I did it in segment knots and not like row by row. So the pattern's a little bit different, but I will still link it down below if you guys want to follow a pattern. That's totally cool, like, you know. Anyways, once again, sign those petitions on the description box. They're literally on the top line, y'all. Just do it, click it, just do it. And if you guys feel the need to donate as well, you can also check out those links if I can speak. Also, you can follow all my social medias in the description box. I've still been active on there. I haven't been posting really, but I've definitely been checking it every day, multiple times a day, talking to you guys as much as I can still. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Again, thank you for 50K. You guys are fucking incredible. I will see you guys all in my next video. Goodbye.